Coming up next, from San Fran Freak Show, The Savage Nation, from Talk 910 KNEW.
On the air, online, and on the go, this is Talk 910 KNEW.
Warning. The Michael Savage Show contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
Now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. Here is Michael Savage.
This man would be given no care whatsoever because he is a cerebral palsy handicapped person.
We put an amendment in which will address his specific problem as the bill was going
Blue Monday. Well, the Democrats are having a very blue Monday. Welcome to the Savage Nation. Sing it, Fats. Sing it out loud while it's still legal to sing in the country. Apparently, Nancy Pelosi hasn't yet made it illegal to sing. Apparently, songwriters don't have to submit their lyrics to Nancy Pelosi before they can sing a song. Have you heard the latest? Stop the music. You're listening to the Savage Nation. That was the sound, that was the voice of a father who went to a town hall meeting with Congressman Dingell. Dingell got up there to do the normal dog and pony fake town hall meeting. This man has an adult son with cerebral palsy. The man got up and demanded answers from Dingell, and Dingell gave him the finger, basically. And Nancy Pelosi says that it is un-American to talk to your congressman honestly. Nancy Pelosi says it is un-American for a town hall meeting to actually have people from the town in the hall. Nancy Pelosi says it is un-American for anyone to speak at a town hall meeting except Nancy Pelosi and those who want 6 Gulfstream 550 jets in every pot. This is the Savage Nation. We're going to talk about health care reform, how this is the Waterloo for the Democrat Party, how they're finally meeting the people and finding out that enough is enough, that Obama's been exposed for the neo-Marxist fraud that he is. And speaking of Obama, here we have a country that's going up in smoke. And he goes to Guadalajara, Mexico, and promises the illegal aliens that he's going to give them health care. I don't think you understand the subtext of this entire so-called health insurance debate. It is about making certain that Obama's friends in La Raza are rewarded for having brought out the illegal alien vote for him. It is about granting health care to non-citizens. It is about bankrupting the American health care system along with everything else, in order to make certain that the illegal aliens, primarily from Mexico and all of their relatives, get a gold-plated medical care system. We can talk about that as well. Now, we're going to talk about the health insurance reform bill that is in the works, because the Democrat liars have changed it from a health care bill to a health insurance reform bill. What they really want to do is make certain that the government becomes the master insurer. Now, why would the government want to be the master insurer? For the same reason we have a Federal Reserve that insures our currency. Now, you know what a great job the Federal Reserve has done in ensuring the value of our currency. Without a gold standard, without a silver standard, there is no standard. They're printing paper. And it's the same with health insurance reform. They want to make certain that they can hold the paper. And think of the billions of dollars that are going to be made by Pelosi's friends who are suddenly going to pop up to provide the insurance for the government. Think about the underwriting that Wall Street is going to get out of this. Think about all of the collateral fortunes that are going to be made from these health insurance reform bills that are circulating right now. Now, I know a little bit about health care for a number of reasons. A, I'm an American. I'm over 60. I go to the doctor. Today I went to the dermatologist to have certain things removed. I pay for it. I pay for my own health care plan. When I was young and I didn't have any money, I had to pay for my own health care, my children's health care. Go back to the last generation. My father was the sole breadwinner in the family, immigrant family. Father got a heart attack. I was in college. Guess what? Guess who paid for it? Nobody. I had to leave college for a semester to help run a store. What happened to me as a result? Nothing. I graduated 6 months later. Did it end my life? No, it made me stronger. So what? What do I need, Uncle Sam to pay for it? Well, I guess if Uncle Sam was willing to pay for it, fine, it would have been great. But Uncle Sam wasn't willing to pay for it. Did it ruin my family? No. I don't want to hear that there's no way for poor people to take care of themselves. They took care of themselves for centuries before Nancy Pelosi came along. So I go to the dermatologist and I pay for it myself. I go in there today. I have certain spots on my skin after all of the years of being around. And she says, well, you got a barnacle on your back. She says, please lie down on your stomach. She says, this will only hurt for a moment. She takes out the scalpel, and it only hurt for a moment. And then I heard a scraping sound on my back, and I said, doctor, what are you doing? She said, I'm sanding the base of the barnacle off. I said, who is going to do the varnishing? The guy who does my boat? Well, it was a nice joke, and then, of course, she had to spray my face with the cold stuff, which I have done every 6 months, because of the years that I indulged the sun. As you well know, the sun is your enemy. I want to talk about the absurdity of health and preventative health, the conflicting opinions that you get. For years, you were told, stay out of the sun, it will kill you. And it's probably a good idea to stay out of the sun, it will kill you. Now, all of a sudden, the doctor freaks are telling you to get as much vitamin D as you can or you're going to die. That's the latest hula hoop in the medical profession. They've all discovered vitamin D deficiency. You don't need vitamin C, you don't need vitamin E, you don't need B6, you don't need pyridoxine, you don't need riboflavin, you don't need niacin, you don't need vitamin E. They've all been proven no good, but listen to your doctor quack. He tells you to get as much vitamin D as you can. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, most of them. But the fact of the matter is, it's conflicting with stay out of the sun. I will tell you that preventive medicine is the most important thing that you can engage in, trying to prevent disease before it occurs. Now, you're not always going to be successful at that, obviously, but food is the best medicine, as you well know. And I've written books on this going back to it's a long time ago, 1972, Earth Medicine, Earth Foods, Macmillan Publishing. 1972. So I've been at this area in this realm of study for a very long period of time. And traditional cultures have long advised people on how to eat well in order to live well. It's only in our culture where the doctors and the food establishment lie to the people, tell them to eat the Oreos, tell them to go have the hot dogs, tell them to go have the cheeseburgers, tell them to go have the fatty meals and take a cholesterol pill, and there you'll be fine. So the quacks with stethoscopes continue their lies. They tell you to poison your arteries, they tell you to poison your skin, and then they tell you to take a little pill and continue to poison yourself. All of the health insurance reform in the world is not going to lower costs unless the people become proactive in their own health. And so I say to you, food is the best medicine, and you should arm yourself with the best knowledge. And I hardly recommend Healing Children Naturally, which can only be found on michaelsavage.com. I wrote it in 1982. I republished it last year. It's still the best book ever written on diet and nutrition for children and prospective parents. Speaking about food being the best medicine, I'm also a man who loves eating and food. And last night, I got to tell you, I had the best eggplant in the world at my friend Lorenzo's North Beach restaurant. Now, this is not so much a plug as it is to tell you that when you go in there next time, you say to him, I want the Savage eggplant. Now, what is the Savage eggplant? Why? It's not even on the menu. It should be, Lorenzo, but okay, I won't even charge you for it. Let me explain why I'm mentioning the Savage eggplant. I love eggplant. Years ago, I read that the black skin of the eggplant is extremely protective against various skin conditions, including early stages of skin cancer. Now, of course, the studies are not pronouncedly advanced to the extent that you could say this definitively to be true. But there is evidence to suggest that some of these folkloric claims have validity. And I tend to believe that many folkloric claims do have great validity in the sense that when I was an anthropology graduate student a long time ago, I learned that the reason folk remedies continue to persist down through the ages is because they work. And I learned also that folk tales persist from generation to generation because there is some truth in them. And the folk tales that have no truth disappear in time. And so therefore I eat a lot of eggplant. But I'll tell you something, you try to get eggplant cooked properly, it's almost impossible. It's a very difficult dish to cook properly. I get it, for example, my Savage eggplant is cooked perfectly, it has no cheese on it, and it's covered in a pomodoro sauce. It's unbelievable, it's perfect. And the reason I eat it without cheese is because I'm on a no-dairy diet, and I'm going to talk about that for a minute. Why am I on a no-dairy diet? Because I found, although I had incredibly great health, thus far, to this stage of my life, I've had no surgery, I'm on no medication. Would you believe it? Most people my age are on 7 medications, and they want Uncle Schmuck to pay for every